What's going on, family? We back at it again with another video. Today is November 10th. Yesterday I didn't post a video because Saturdays I like to keep them to myself, although I do like to provide value on this channel and to build community. My whole life does not belong on the internet, so I like to take Saturdays to just do me and reflect on the week and have a me day. So yeah, that's what yesterday was, kinda. First part of the day, that's what it was. And then I drove to Houston and went to the AJ McQueen concert, which was an amazing experience. I'm actually put some clips of it before I transition into the trading recap. But yeah, I went to Houston for his birthday. That was a great experience. If you like poetry, I think you would like AJ McQueen. If you like deep reflection, and if you're a very introspective person, I recommend listening to his music. I think you'd enjoy it. And the vibe was crazy. It was a very intimate experience. It was only like 100 people there total. The setting was beautiful, and yeah, I really enjoy his music. I know like all the words to most of his songs, so I really enjoyed my time, and my little brother enjoyed his time too. Hopefully, he can take something from that experience, and yeah, I hope he just valued it as much as I did. But yeah, so I am about to read chapter 1 of Thinking of Bets again. I already read part of this book, but I'm about to read the chapter again because I am leading the group discussion in the book club call this evening at 8 o'clock. So I'll be putting some clips of that in there as well. I've already got my workout in, like I said, and I'm about to go. Already did my meditation as well. So I'm getting better and better at my meditations. I do 20 minutes. I was doing 20 minutes every time I did it. Now I'm doing 23 minutes, and just bump it up here and there. But that's been going really well. It definitely sets the tone for the day. I would like to do them more in the morning times, but with work and stuff, I tend to go to sleep if I do a meditation in the morning, so I just do it after work. But yeah, I'm finna go to the store, get something to eat, and then I'm gonna get into this trading recap for the past week that I just had. It was an L week. So I'll get into that and go over each trade that I took, my mindset behind it, what happened, how I can improve from it. And then I will be going over my market outlook for the upcoming week, showing what I expect to happen during the week, what adjustments I'm gonna make for the upcoming week. And then yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. No vlog really, but I'll put them clips of the concert we went to last night and then get into this trading recap. So yeah, I hope you had a productive Sunday. I hope you did something that made you 1% better mentally, physically, and spiritually today. And let's get on with the video.
By black men. I refuse to give up on black men because I see you and I see you as hope. I see what you're doing as.
So you want to stay here? Yeah. No lie, this morning woke up kinda heavy. Thoughts flooding my brain, almost broke a levee. Let me get steady, let me center myself. Before I do for anybody else, let me consider myself. Check my mental health, self. How's your heart? How you feeling today? What's your capacity for illness? What's your ceiling today? Before you think about the bills, what you building today? Find your float on the tell what's on your mind. Well, last time you told me exactly how you felt, you understand? You got touch yourself now and talk tonight. I pray for my people. You gotta tell what's on your mind. I pray my people.
All right, y'all. So let's get into this market recap. So, boom. All right. So I just refreshed the screen. You can see over here, this is a live account. It's at $766.58. It is. I started this account with $1,000, brought it up, and took a payout on it, and brought it back down to $1,000. And now I'm aiming to flip that account, flip it to 2,000 again. So this is 700. It's at 766 right now, so I'm down around 234 at the moment. So let's get into the plays for this week. This week I ended up taking, I ended up taking 3 trades. I ended up taking 3 trades this week, 2 L's and 1 break even. So let's get into that. So Monday, I was bearish on the day. So the way that my strategy works is I get my 4-hour directional bias, which tells me whether I'm bullish or bearish on the day. Bullish means that you're aiming for the market. You're expecting the market to move up. Bearish means that you're expecting the market to move down. Think about it like this. When a bull attacks, it swoops up with its bulls, with its horns in order to, hit its target. When a bear attacks, it strikes down and it swipes down with its claws to hit its target. So that's what the words bullish and bearish are based off of. So on the day I was bearish in this scenario, this wasn't an election day. So once I get my directional bias, I then look for these, what I call order blocks, which are basically areas of interest where I want to look for my steps in order to enter the trade. And once I hit these areas, my steps to enter the trade are 3 steps. It's a break of structure to end the direction of my 4-hour bias. So it's a break of structure, in this case to the downside. which I took right here. This was the first break of structure, and then it's a liquidity sweep, which is a break of a high or low in the opposite direction of the 4-hour bias. So in this case, my 4-hour bias was bearish, so I'm looking for a sweep of liquidity or a break of a high. Broke a high right here, and then we tapped into a 5-minute order block, and we got our second break of structure, which is my third step to the downside, which is in the direction of my 4-hour bias again. So I entered at the close of this candle right here, and you can see price went down just a little bit, and then eventually stopped me out. So I realized where my mistake was on this one. So at this right here, at this point, this black candle actually closed right at this low, and it actually should have been my first break of structure, but because it closed right at that low to the point, I ignored it as my first break of structure, and ended up taking this one, which altered my steps and altered the area that I entered at. And if I would have counted this as a break, my first break of structure, the break of this high would have been my liquidity sweep, and then I would have entered at the break of this structure right here and entered at the close of this black candle, and would have hit a 1-to-1 most likely on this trade, and then eventually broke even instead of taking a loss. And because today was election day, I was already skeptical, so I went half size, and this trade ended up being a right here a $41.40 loss. So I learned my lesson on that one, and now let's go to the second trade, which was on Thursday. So I didn't take a trade Monday, I didn't take a trade Wednesday, and now it's Thursday. So at this point, I am bullish. My daily bias is bullish. So once we hit into these order blocks, which is what these boxes are for, and if you want to see me mark them out, there in other YouTube videos. But yeah, once I was in these order blocks and the market opened at 8:30, I looked for my steps. So we had a break of structure right here, the first break of structure, and then we had our first liquidity grab, which was a break of a low in this case, since I am bullish. And then we had the second break of structure right here. I entered at the close of this white candle, went into drawdown a good bit, almost got stopped out, and then price ended up moving up towards my 1-to-1 target, which at that point I broke even, and then almost hit my full target, and then decided to just come back down and break even, stop me out at break even. So no money won, no money lost on this trade, which is a win, because if you can come to the market and put on a trade and have the market move in your direction, and have it move enough to where you put your stop at break even, that's a win. The whole name of the game is to preserve capital. So no win or loss on this trade. Just got really barcoded. You can see it just was really choppy, didn't really go anywhere, just moved sideways. So we moved to our third trade. We actually made $3 on that last one, but I consider that break even. But moved to our third trade, I took a $96 loss, and let's get to that third one. So on the day here, I was bullish. So once we're in my order block down here at 8:30, we got the first break of structure right here. We broke that high that was made, and then we got a liquidity grab. We finally broke a low, because you can see, look, we broke this high right here. The candle closed above it. Then we made a low. We made a high. Then we made a low. Then we made a high. Then we made a low. Then we made a high. And we didn't break. And actually, this is the break of this low is actually liquidity grab. This isn't placed properly, but the break of this low was the liquidity grab. And then we also tapped into a 5-minute order block, and I got my second break of structure right here. And at this point, I wanted to enter at the close of this candle, but because we're at all-time highs, and I don't have any other data on this side of the chart to show me what price targets we can go to, I target the current high. I target the current high, and if I would have entered at the close of this candle, it wouldn't have been 2-to-1 on a risk to reward ratio. So I waited for price to pull back and actually hit the my 2-hour level, putting my stop loss below the most recent low here, and price literally came 1 point below it and turned around and ran, as you can see. And that sucked, but it is what it is. Happens sometimes. Yeah, I took a loss on that trade just for it to go and run straight past my profit target. So, and that's why you have to be emotionless with this game, because you'll feel like, well, I used to feel like when the market did this, it was after me. Like I had a secret agent on the other side of the screen, just hunting my stop loss. But nah, that's not the case. Sometimes it just happens. And the market is computer, it's manipulated, and I know it's manipulated. So a lot of people got stopped out just like me, and then just for it to run. So I know I wasn't the only one, but yeah, that's really it. So if you add up the 96 plus the 41, that's 137 plus the $3 that I made. So it's 134. It's $134 loss on the week, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all, considering the fact that I risk $100 per trade, and whenever I win, at minimum, I make $200. That's not bad at all. To say that I had a losing week, and it's barely even half of what I would win, on one single winning trade. So that's why you have to have risk management and a good system in place in order to keep you in the game long term. Because I took 2 losses this week, and I've actually taken 3 losses in the month of November. So I haven't taken a winning trade yet in the month of November, and my account is still okay. It's not blown. It's not even close to being blown. Why? Because risk management. So that being said, let's get into the market outlook for the upcoming week. So this upcoming week for US 30 specifically, the market is actually about to open here in about 20 minutes, but we are at all-time highs. So if I come on the monthly chart, you can see we are at all-time highs, and I think that we just engulfed this last bearish candle from October. So I think that we can definitely have a nice little pullback and then continue up for this strong and finish this month strong going into December, for the Christmas rally. Now let's come to the weekly. So the weekly time frame, we just had a break of structure to the upside. So I'm going to mark this order block right here. So the order block, this is just a good example of what I mean when I say order block. So the market moves like this. Obviously, it's not perfect, but this is the concept of how the market moves. So whenever it makes a high, it makes a low, and it makes a high. So when it makes a new high and the candle closes above this old high right here, this is what we call a break of structure. So in this case, high, low, and last week we closed above this recent high right here, which causes a break of structure. So once we have a break of structure, if it's to the upside, I look for the last down candle before we made that move to the upside, before we had the candle that closed above the high, and vice versa. So in this case, I'll just so in this case we have a bullish one. This is a bullish weekly order block. So if price can come down to the top of this box, basically to the top of this black candle, I will be looking to buy. I will be looking to buy long-term, really, shares most likely, just because this is an index and not an individual stock. So and the daily candle, this daily candle is gigantic. This is the day after the election. So I definitely think we can have a nice pullback at some point. I don't know when, at some point, but we also do have a bullish daily order block right here. Why? Because we have a high that was made. Whenever you have an up candle and then a down candle, that creates a high. That's a high. So this is a high right here, and then this candle closed above that high, causing a break of structure. And after you have a break of structure, we have an order block. So I'm going to mark this as my daily bullish order block. So if price can come down and dip into this box, I'll be looking to take buys, and I'll be skeptical because we are already high. We already had, made this huge move up. So I am expecting some downside. So we'll see though. We'll see if my system, flashes a signal, I'll take it. If not, then I won't. But that's where we are on the daily time frame. And then if we come on the 4 hour, same thing. So we actually made a high right here. And this is all the same, the same ticker symbol. It's just different time frames. So this is the 4 hour time frame. And we made a high, made a low, and we made another high. So once we broke this high right here, that's a break of structure. Once we have a break of structure, we look for the order block. So in this case, it's the last down candle, which is the black one, before we broke above the high. So we mark out the top and the bottom of that brown candle, and that's our 4 hour order block. So now we do the same thing, come down to the 1 hour. Same ticker symbol. We had a high, a low, and another high. Oops, that's ugly. But y'all get what I'm talking about. So once we broke this high, this candle closed above it. Now we're looking for, that's a break structure. So now we're looking for an order block, which is right here. It's the last down candle before we break above this high. So we marked the top and the bottom of it. And I like to put my 1 hour order blocks a different color. Damn it. My 1 hour order blocks a different color. So we'll just see. Now we wait. I think it's going to break down through this 1 hour order block and come down and touch this into this 4 hour and this daily order block. So that's just my thoughts based off of just my time in the market and just experience. So let's see, put a range. Yeah, I definitely think we can have a down move Monday, but we'll see. It might happen when the market is closed. It might happen in London session. Who knows? But that's my outlook for tomorrow. As far as the week goes, come back to the weekly time frame. As far as the week goes, I can definitely see us having a pullback. Coming down to touch this. If not retest these highs, come down. I mean, if not touch this order block, at least come down and retest the high that was broken here. So that's what I got for my market outlook. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the week. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin just is going crazy right now. It's breaking out of this. If you look at my other videos, I showed that this big flag that it was in, and it's about to break out. And that's exactly what it's doing. That's exactly what it's doing. Breaking out of this flag, this bull flag. And I think that we can hit 100,000 before the end of the year. But we'll see. We'll see. November has to finish strong. Let's mark this out, actually. November has to finish strong. Boom. And then December has to go crazy too. So, but we'll see. We've been consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. We've been in this range. So it's going to hit 100K eventually. It's just time will tell. Time will freaking tell. But I wanted to talk about how I made money on Tesla. So I basically caught the bottom before the big pump on Tesla. So I have been watching Tesla for a while. I bought Tesla earlier in the year, and then it had a nice drop. I ended up selling it because it hit my stop loss. So once I saw that, Tesla was moving to the upside, I was started to pay attention to it more. And then something that really made me pay attention to it was Elon Musk being tied in so closely with Donald Trump. So I'm starting to understand that narrative narrative in the stock market and in crypto is just as important as the financials. So Tesla's going crazy, but it's not making any more money before, it's not making any more money now than it was before it started going crazy. They don't have more sales. It's purely based off of narrative and what the people are seeing in the future. It's based off the future. So when I see Elon, backing Trump so hard, and then Trump just glazing Elon like crazy, like they both just glazing each other, like it's just ridiculous, doing tricks on it. And I'm like, all right, Elon went crazy last time Trump was in office. I mean, Tesla went crazy last time Trump was in office. History repeats itself. Now this time around, Elon's actually tied in with Trump and actually backed him, gave him $150 million to his campaign, and tied in with dude like deeply. So I'm like, all right, he's gonna get a lot of stuff passed, so he can do what he wants to do with Tesla, Neuralink, Starlink, all this stuff. So I'm like, all right, if he wins, I'm willing to bet if he wins that Tesla's going to go crazy and it's going to go back to all-time highs and have a crazy run like it did last time he was in office. So I come to the charts. And I see that, boom, where was I at with it? All right, boom. So yeah, I come to the charts and I do the same thing that I just showed y'all with the breaker structures. So I see that the market has a break of a high here. Notice it can all look confusing. Let me actually get a fresh chart for y'all. So at this point in time, all I do is the same thing I just showed y'all with the breaker structure. I saw that we had a breaker structure here. Boom. And then I saw that we had another breaker structure right here. So at this point, I'm bullish on Tesla. So after we have the breaker structure, I'm looking for the order block, which is this last black candle, down candle, before we had to move to the upside. So I mark this order block right here. And as you can see, the top of this order block, let me just put it right here. The top of this order block is approximately at $250. And once we came down, this is October 28th. This is the week of October 28th. And if you go back on my YouTube, you can see the video where I said, I literally left Target and I said I just bought, however many shares of Tesla at $250 and gave the reasoning that I just said. And you can see it came down a little bit and it bounced. So my mindset was, all right, I'm gonna buy at $250, and if it breaks this low, then I'll consider myself wrong and get out of the trade and sell my shares. So once I get my entry here, I'm looking for my target. So I like to target equal highs, and as you can see right here, we have a bunch of equal highs. You see how we had a rejection again, and then this kind of came up near it and rejected. That was an easy high to target, and then this was my first target right here. So I was targeted 270. And then I targeted 300 just because it's a big figure number. And it was actually the high of this candle right here. And then these equal highs was my next target. I didn't expect this thing to go this crazy, this fast, if I'm being completely honest. But it did. That election stuff really, really turned them up. So, I mean, I don't know how high it's going to go before it has a pullback, but I'm definitely expecting a pullback at some point. And at that point, I'll probably get into some long-term calls, because I do think it's going back to all-time high. So, essentially, I'm risking, as you can see right here, this 4.54. What that means is I'm risking, for every $1 that I'm risking, I'm aiming to make 4.5, which is a really good trade. So I will be swinging these shares and just holding these shares for long term, because I believe in the next 4 years, Tesla and Trump is going to do something crazy together. I don't know what it is, but I think that Trump is going to give him his way. He's gonna let him have his way, and I think the stock price is going to go even crazier than it did last time he was in office. So I'll be holding it. I can definitely see, as you can see here, we have equal highs. I just spoke about that. We have equal highs. We broke out of these equal highs right here. Boom. So you can see price, it came down, rejected this area, came back up, rejected this area, came back up, rejected this area, came back up, rejected this area. So we broke out of that area. You can think of it as like it was building up momentum to break out of that area. So, and all it did was target the next area that was doing the same thing. So what I'm thinking is, if we do get a pullback anytime soon, I'm thinking that price can come down. We can delete this now since it's already hit it. Price can come down back to these equal highs, retest it, and then bounce off. So I think that it can look a little something. Where's my path tool? Where's my path tool at? Where's it at? Where's that? All right, yeah. So I think it can look a little something like this. Now what it does, once it gets to all-time highs, I don't freaking know. But that's my main target. I'll probably take profits here and leave some runners. But yeah, if we can get this retest I will get into some long-term calls. And yeah, so that's how I make money off of Trump getting elected and Elon Musk being so tied in with him. So yeah, and that's how I trade, and that's how I do my long-term investments as well. So that's really all I got for today. So yeah, like I said, that's really all I have for today. Not a vlog type of day, really just a recap, giving value type of day. Finna do this book, thing, and yeah, finish the rest of my evening nice and calm, relaxed. Still gonna be on the charts, even though trading isn't a very physical thing. You're just pressing buttons. It's a lot of research and stuff that goes into it. So I'm still gonna be doing some research, and I gotta edit this content, edit this video, get it out there to y'all. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't have work tomorrow, so I'll be able to do some vlogs type of things, show y'all my daily routine and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Hope y'all had a good Sunday. Hope y'all got something from this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to, send it to a friend. And yeah, peace.